Hello and welcome to another VanHack podcast. My name is Ilya and I'm here with Alex, who is a back-end developer, senior Ruby on Rails developer at This Open Space. Hi, Alex.
Full stack developer, actually.
Oh, even better. That's great. Great to have you here, and congratulations on your job.
Cool, man. My pleasure to be here. Thank you very much to let me show and let me share my experience and let me show that it's possible to everyone to get your dream job, right? No matter what you are, no matter where you're from. Thank you, man. And I know that I'm not here to thank you, to think about. I need to do it. Thank you very much for your energy. You are an amazing guy. I know that you are listening it a lot every time, but you are doing an awesome job. And just thank you, man.
It's my pleasure. This is my favorite part, is when a VanHacker gets hired at a Canadian company, and we get to share the story, because it's definitely, I know how it feels looking for a job and trying to figure out what to do, and it sucks. So it's great when it happens, right? So thanks for sharing that.
Cool. I will give you a little of my background now.
Yeah, please tell me a little bit who you are.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. I am Alex, VKO, full stack developer today at This Open Space. I started to code when I was 14, but professionally I started 2010, so 6 years of experience right now as full stack developer and DevOps as well, dealing with Linux servers and things like that. The text that I use is Rails, Express with Node, for backend, for frontend is Angular. Now I am learning React.js, and for DevOps I used to use Ansible, Linux, and Docker, and something like that. That's a little background.
Awesome. Sounds like you're a great professional. And just to be clear, This Open Space, it's a startup out of Vancouver, and you're working for them remotely.
Exactly.
So that's really exciting. So right now, can you maybe tell us, why did you want to get a job like this remotely instead of maybe working for a company in your city? Where did this idea come from?
Cool. Yeah, sure. Actually, it will not always be remotely. It's just for a while. But I would take one step back and tell you the beginning, right? And actually, I was deciding either Canada or USA, and I made a little research and I discovered a lot of nice things in Canada, especially in Vancouver, to be more accurate. And I will not tell you what is the advantages or the advantages of one and the other. I will tell you what I really liked in Vancouver. First is safe city. It's a rich city. There is a lot of green places. Do you know what I mean? Green places.
Yeah. Forest, park.
Yeah, exactly.
Nature.
Exactly, nature places. And I see a very spiritual place, This is what I like. And the most important thing to me is I have a daughter. She is 2 years old right now. And I love the idea of raise my daughter abroad, and the opportunity of raise my daughter in a city of like Vancouver. It's just amazing for me, for her future and things like that. I think this is the most important reason to Canada. And one thing is the visa. Canada is much easier than the visa USA, and you are one step for USA. That's amazing.
Cool, awesome. And so then let's talk about the job search. So maybe take us to when you were in VanHack, you were a premium member, and then how did you find This Open Space, and what was the interview process like, and kind of tell me about that.
Okay. So actually, it was a lot of easier than I thought. I was working for a company, and someday you send me a message telling about This Open Space, and I go to research about this company, and I really like it what I see. So I just applied for the company for the position, right? And after some normal hire process, nothing. How can I say it? Nothing unusual for a remotely position. I was hired. Simple like that, man. That's amazing.
Did you do a coding test or?
Yeah, exactly. I sent a code test. Do you want all the steps?
Just the high level. It's okay.
Okay. Yeah. So we made a conversation. We made a chat by video. And after that, he requests some code. And he talked with some, how can I say, with some people that I know.
Some references.
And some reference, yes.
Yeah.
Some reference. So talked with some reference. And we made 1 week test. And after this 1 week test, I was hired.
Nice. Awesome. So now you're working full time remotely, but then you said that they're planning on actually helping you move to Canada.
Exactly. My boss probably will help me to move to Canada in 10 months, something like that.
That's awesome. That's very exciting.
That's my choice, right? Because I need to stay in Brazil for 10 months more. I need it. So I have some questions to resolve here in Brazil. You know?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, after that I will be free to move them.
That's really cool. So if you wanted to, for example, you could have actually moved to Canada. Like you already started the visa process now, but you decided to wait a little bit.
Exactly.
Cool. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, what about VanHack? How did we help you? What did you feel like was the biggest value for being a premium member?
Man, I think that is the easier question to answer because it's I can answer with one word. VanHack was everything. really, man. I am honest with that. VanHack helped me with all the steps, with my LinkedIn. How can I proceed in the interview practice? My English was my English was
not so good.
It's not so good. Yeah. It's getting better.
Always.
Always getting better. Was very bad, my English. I always write and read in English, wrote and read in English, but I was not used to talk and speaking. And with interview practice, I do it a lot,
Yeah.
And VanHack showed me the position. VanHack built my LinkedIn. VanHack built my resume. VanHack showed me how can I proceed for searching process. How can I proceed for interview. So everything.
Cool.
What I need to do is do my part, which is study and do what I need to do.
Yeah. Have the skills.
Yeah. Exactly.
Cool. Awesome. I think we should talk a little bit about what you just said about English, because I have to say, Alex, like when you first joined VanHack, your English was not so good. And I was, very impressed by how it progressed. Could you talk a little bit about that? How was that process? What did you do to improve so quickly?
Oh, cool. Yeah, for sure. Like I said, practicing interviews with some apps like Duolingo and apps like that. With now I am practicing learning. How can I say? Listening skills, because my listening is not so good yet. I really need to improve it with movies. And that's it, man. Nothing special.
I guess working remotely for
exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
Cool. Yeah, and just so it's clear, we have 4 hours of interview practice per week. So if people want to improve their English, it's 4 hours of practice every week. So it's something that I don't think exists anywhere else in terms of the amount of time and with a native speaker. So throw that out there. And so I guess last question is do you have any tips for other people? Let's say someone is also a full stack developer, who wants to move to Canada or get a job in Canada remotely, what would you tell that person who's just starting their journey?
Okay, I think the best tip I could do is not technical tip. It's just believe, man. Believe in your future, believe in you. Sometimes we see other guys getting remotely job or getting a dream job in Canada, and sometimes we think it's not for me. I'm not able to do it, to reach in this goal, but it's completely false. You need to believe. You need to believe in your future, make sacrifice, be consistent, and I think VanHack is not. I see VanHack not as a company. I will try to explain. I see as an investment, and a very cheap investment, man. A very cheap investment. I mean, if you don't go out for a few weekends in a month, you probably can pay VanHack. It's very cheap.
It's like 120 hours. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And it can change you for the rest of your life. It can change you forever. It will change your future. So go ahead, man. It's very hard to make all this alone. You will need connections. VanHack, we will provide it for you, because I made a lot of good friends in VanHack, with friends with the same target as me, which can push me to the right path. VanHack will help you all these things. So don't wait. Don't let it to tomorrow. Do it today. It's your future. It's in your hand. Do your part. This term exists in English. Do your part.
Yeah. Do your part. Okay. Yeah. Play your part. Yeah.
Do your part. Yeah.
Cool. Awesome. Well, thanks so much, Alex. I really appreciate all the kind words.
My pleasure.
And yeah, congratulations again. I'm really happy for you, and for Yash too. And actually, this open space is going to be participating in the VanHackathon. Cool. They're going to be hiring maybe one or two more developers, designers to join the team. So if
it's a very awesome place to work, man. It's a very awesome company. I really impressed.
Nice. Yeah. I've known Yash not so well, but everything I know about him seems great. And just talking about that, the VanHackathon will happen October 21st, 22nd, 23rd, 2016. So if you're watching this before then, just go to vanhack.com/hackathon to sign up, and maybe you'll get hired at this open space just like Alex at that event, and it's connect to companies like Hootsuite and Shopify and many other exciting startups from all over Canada and maybe other countries as well. And of course, if you like this video, subscribe on YouTube, and like, share, comment, please. If you have any questions, get in touch with me at ilya@vanhack.com. And thanks so much again, Alex. Really appreciate it.
Thank you, man.
We'll meet each other soon when I get back to, or when you move to Vancouver and I get back there.
Cool, man. Thank you. My pleasure.
All right. Cheers.
Cheers.